Hi and welcome. We are Team Root Awakening. At the helm, we have our captain, Ben, Harry, our developer, Joe, our data analyst, Arjun, our data scientist, followed by Paula, our project coordinator.
Our challenge is supply chain forecasting, but not just accuracy. The real problem is a lack of confidence in the numbers. Today, program directors are expected to stand in front of a CFO and justify billions in spend, but they can't explain why forecasts change, where risk sits, or what actions to take. This leads to reactive decisions, unexpected cost overruns, and ultimately loss of trust. To make this work, we focused on 5 key personas. The program director, who needs to make and defend decisions. The CFO, who needs trust and financial clarity. The supply chain manager, who manages real-world operations and procurement, who can control supplier cost and risk. The data analyst, who ensures model accuracy. Each of them sees the same data, but through a lens tailored to their needs. So the gap isn't just data, it's decision confidence. Forecasters today are often black boxes. They tell you what might happen, but not why, how confident are we, or what to do next. That's the problem we set ourselves to solve. Our solution is the Supply Chain Forecast Confidence Platform, a platform that doesn't just predict the future, but explains it, quantifies confidence, and guides decisions. We move from forecasting to confidence-led decision-making. Our product is designed around 5 key capabilities: generating accurate forecasts with a dynamic confidence score, explaining why forecasters change through drivers and root causes, highlighting risk and uncertainty clearly, recommending actions and scenarios, and continuously learning and improving over time. But most importantly, it delivers executive-grade insights. This slide brings our full solution together: how we deliver enterprise-grade forecasting with 0 barriers to entry. Our platform is built on open, transparent technologies. That means no vendor lock-in, no licensing costs, and minimal training required. So organizations can adopt this quickly and at scale. We restore trust in forecasting by replacing guesswork with explainable insights. We also ensure data governance, keeping everything secure and controlled. Our product should bridge the gap between technical, operational, executive. That's what restoring confidence really means.
So what we've built is role-based insight on top of a shared analytical engine. And because the dashboard uses simple filters and sliders, the data updates dynamically in front of the user. That means leaders can move from a portfolio view into a specific program, region, contract type, supplier profile, or risk threshold in seconds without needing technical support. Let me start in the program director view. This is the strategic layer. Here, we show the headline KPIs, confidence, and risk signals, the top drivers of forecast change, and the recommended actions. The value here is trust and defensibility. Instead of saying the number changed, we can now explain what changed, why it changed, and what to do next. Next, the commercial manager view. This is where supplier and contract levers become clear. You can see risk by contract type, supplier profile, commodity, and region interaction. We also show a supplier watch list with both the top 5 highest risk suppliers and the top 5 lowest risk suppliers. So this view supports proactive decisions, where to negotiate, where to intervene, and where to replicate best practice. Now, the CFO view. This is focused on financial exposure and decision confidence. We show expected at-risk spend concentration by program and a spend versus failure probability visual with a best fit trend line and narrative cue. That means finance leaders can quickly see not just where the risk is, but where the risk scales with spend and how concentrated that exposure is across the portfolio. Then, the project controls view. This focuses on operational discipline, focus stability, revision behavior, and lead time effects. It helps control teams spot where process quality is slipping and where early intervention can reduce churn and prevent late surprises. In short, this dashboard turns forecasting from a static reporting exercise into a decision system. Clearer trust signals, earlier warnings, dynamic exploration through filters and sliders, and targeted actions to keep programs on task.
So moving on to the judges' questions. For question 1, data inputs that our approach requires are a data set with historical information about forecasts, and obviously more data results in a better tuned model. We need a selection of business outcomes to track, and the benefit of our model is requiring minimal features of the data sets, and the program is able to self-select the most important feature using PCA. For question 2, the difference is not the data, it's how we present it based on decision needs. So each persona has a tab in the dashboard which has been tailored to their needs. So everyone sees the same underlying forecast, but it's tailored to their role, which helps form strategic decisions down to operational action. An additional add-on to this is the AI enhancement, which takes the persona recommendations to forecast more efficiently. For question 3, confidence level is calculated using a machine learning model trained on user data that uses linear regression to predict the probability of a failing forecast. Confidence can be explained as the correctness of the answer. So, for example, with a weather forecast, it discusses how likely the forecast is to be correct. So if weather conditions are stable and we've predicted well before that, then confidence is high. But if the inputs are uncertain or conditions are volatile, then confidence drops. So the score isn't just telling you the number, it's telling you how much you can trust it.
At its core, our platform creates a continuous loop. Data, forecast, confidence, explain, act, improve. And over time, this loop does one thing. It restores trust in supply chain forecasting. Because in today's environment, it's not enough to predict the future. You have to be able to explain it, trust it, and act on it.